you know?
Put your hands to the constellations. The way you look should be a sin. You're my sensation. Hello, nobody. So, I've got a big video coming up. That video is gonna be the one that to finally gain my channel traction. It's gonna be the one to finally pick up in the algorithm. But I need time to finish it, so I'm just making this video just to yap about random stuff. To say that I keep a consistent upload schedule, even though I have nobody to upload to. So let's begin the ranting, shall we? And what better topic to start ranting than life? Okay, everybody's favorite topic, life. You know, throughout my day, I often imagine my future self. I wonder if I could make a time machine and I could talk to my future self and ask him like, did we make it? Are we rich? Are we famous? But sometimes I imagine like what if he says no? Like what if I'm not rich and famous in the future? Like I'm poor and homeless. Like, oh, I never imagined that. Even though that's the most realistic option right now, you know? Because like what's the point of living life if you're not even rich, you know? Like don't want to spend my time or like spend the rest of my hours just living on the whims of other people. And it's not even about doing luxury things like having a luxury car or buying fancy designer clothes or going to parties or whatever. That's not really what the rich life is about. When I say I want to be rich, I mean like I just want the ability to experience things, you know? But I'm gonna be honest, like we have to get rich somehow. And I really don't know what I'm gonna do if this YouTube thing doesn't work out. So I gotta just keep applying myself to it, I guess. Maybe maybe I'll finally be happy when I let go of these dreams. Because they're like worldly desires, right? Ooh, good transition. Worldly desires. Buddhism. I love Buddhism. Okay. I never skip an opportunity to shill Buddhism to other people. 'Cause I'm gonna be honest, it's so rare. Have you met a Buddhist in your life? Have you met a Buddhist in real life? Answer is no. Then you probably know nothing about it. You think it's so esoteric, but it's probably not. You just don't take it too seriously. You know, you just be like me. Okay, so Buddhism. The main story is that there's this guy Siddhartha Gautama. He lived a long time ago. He was an Indian prince, and after going through his life, you know, his life story, he eventually sat under a tree for so long that he got enlightened and he came up with the Four Noble Truths and he became the Buddha. And the Four Noble Truths is number one, life is suffering. Number two, desire leads to suffering. Number three, to get rid of suffering, we have to get rid of desire. And number four, to get rid of desire, we have to follow the Eightfold Path, which is the Eightfold Path is kind of like the Ten Commandments. Anyways, so I feel like what I'm doing in life right now is like maybe the reason why I'm not satisfied with my life quality yet is because I have all these worldly desires, you know? I want to be rich. I want to have that freedom. I want to spend my days indulging in like myself, I guess, like that sort of self-expression, almost in like a narcissistic way. And maybe I should like let go of these worldly desires because I have to focus on the present, right? That's also another Buddhist wisdom is you focus on what things that you can control. We focus on the present and we start applying ourselves to the present instead of living into a fantasy, like a dream world that's so far away. But on the other hand, like, I really don't want to let go of this worldly desire because, like, we only have one life, you know? And I know in Buddhism there's reincarnation, but come on, I don't take it that seriously. So, we only have one life, and because we only have one life, I think it's most logical to sort of like have to get the most out of it, you know? In order to get the most out of it, we have to try all these different things, get the most experience, extract as much happiness as we possibly can from this short little life. And in order to do that, I just have to be rich, you know? I just have to be rich. How can I have all the different experiences that I possibly can if I'm not rich? And I know people say like you don't have to be rich to be happy, you know. You can be perfectly content like living your life just like a normal human. And to that I say like, well, it feels like I'm being constrained by the whims of other people if I don't have that freedom, because money is freedom, right? Like as I said in the beginning, being rich is not about having the materials, having that luxurious lifestyle, having a lifestyle of extravagance. Being rich is just having the opportunity to experience those things. Like, if you're not rich, if your life is just constrained, if you're just doing the same day over and over and over again, how can you say that that makes you happy? Like, that's not really living life, you know? That's not really the experience. That's not really all life has to offer. This world has so many different experiences to offer, and yet only a small fraction of us will be able to experience all that the world has to offer, you know? And I think it's sad because everybody only has one existence. So how can it be like these people will not enjoy life to the fullest and these people will enjoy life to the fullest, you know? Because in death we are all equal. And I think that's a good phrase. Lately it feels like that's been catching up to me too much. I feel like I've been living in solitary confinement. Y'all know what solitary confinement is? It's actually kind of an interesting topic, okay? So, solitary confinement, it's exactly what it sounds like. You, it's like a prison punishment, I think. Like, you take a person, you throw them into a cell with very minimal interaction, very little stimulus, you know, a white padded cell with like nothing, no human interaction at all. And what happens is, when your brain is so deprived of these human interactions, I watched a video on this. When your brain is so deprived of the stimulation, the interaction, it starts making stuff up on its own, you know? You start going crazy. And I think maybe like the reason that I have all these ideas and the reason that why stuff flies through my brain so quickly, this is all off the dome by the way, is because maybe I've experienced like a partial fraction of that. Like obviously I've never been in a cell, solitary confinement, but I mean like when you live the same day over and over and over and over again, with that's the same as like having very very little stimulus, right? That's the same as not giving your brain any new information. So I'm thinking like maybe I experienced just like a little bit of that solitary confinement going off the deep end, and that's why I'm suffering right now, I guess. I don't know, I'm not really suffering, I'm just saying whatever at this point. But I've had this idea for like super long time, ever since, because high school, right? I just got out of high school. During that time where you have like a strict routine, you have to do these same things again and again and again. That's basically, I really likened it or like conflated it with solitary confinement, you know. It's interesting, it's interesting. I have to look up more about this. Now that I'm in college and like I go around seeing how alienated I am to other people. It's like maybe I did experience a little of that solitary confinement insanity, you know? Like maybe that's why my path through life or like my thought patterns are so unorthodox, I guess. I don't know. I don't want to say like, I'm so quirky, look at me. I don't want to say that because everybody has had their own different experiences, but I'm going to be honest, I have never, not in my entire life, met somebody who thinks like whose train of thoughts go down the same avenue as mine. And I hope that making this YouTube channel will allow me to express that avenue, that uniqueness of my thought patterns. Because success as a figure in the online space requires you to have a unique personality, which in my delusional self-belief I think I have. Oh my god, I messed that up. That was so bad. Which in my delusional self-belief I think I have what it takes. Okay, that's it. This video took around like 3 takes, by the way. This is all off the dome. I'm not reading a script or anything. Goodbye. I will see you next week. Bye bye.
You know? Put your hands to the constellations.